All right. So, yeah. So basically, a quick introduction. My name is Siddharth, and I'm the creator of Teach Easy. Along with Abhishek, who is like my co-creator, we are basically working on Teach Easy to kind of help teachers create better learning environment in their classes. And one of the key important uh, element of the whole teaching and the learning process is how teachers give feedback to their students and how do they assess their work. So this is what Teach Easy is about. Basically, we launched Teach Easy about 5 6 months back, and from then to now, we have grown big. So the real story behind starting Teach Easy is that Abhishek's family has like 3 4 teachers, and basically during pandemic there was a struggle that we noticed. There were problems that they were facing, and we thought, why not build a solution for them, and essentially a solution built for them kept going to the hands of many more teachers, and right now we are serving more than 5,000 teachers, who have like checked more than 50,000 copies till now. And that's a great moment of celebration for us, because we have been able to help so many teachers. Now, without wasting or taking any more of your time, let's directly start with like the demo of Teach Easy. So let me share the website link with you all. So before I start the formal demo, I just wanted to understand what kind of devices are you now connected with. Like, are you guys connected with mobile or desktop? Like, you can use the chat window. I'm regularly monitoring it. And basically, please help me understand. All right, desktop, laptop. That's great. Laptop. That's great. Mobile, laptop. All right. So this time we have a fair share, of people using on laptop also, and it's great. Actually, it's great because we do have a laptop version also. Today's session will be on mobile, but I'll give a glimpse of what we do on laptop as well. And then basically next session is basically about laptop. So I hope to see you guys again for that session. Let me just start. Anuj, can you give me access to like share my screen? I have connected through my mobile phone as well. Hello.
Yeah, sure. Just a second.
All right.
The
So
name
this
of,
time,
yeah.
yep. This time I think we have like 60% teachers using mobile and 40% teachers on laptop. That's great. Like in the previous sessions we have done, like teachers were mostly connected on mobile. Teachers on laptop will. So I hope my screen is visible now, right? So so all right. So basically we'll start with how do we install TeachEasy app. So basically when you go to Play Store, right? On Play Store, when you land, this is the home screen. Search for Teach Easy. The moment you search for Teach Easy, you will get the first app as for Teach Easy. I've shared a link with you as well, website link. There also we have link to the Android app. Let me share the link again. If someone wants to directly click on the link and go to Play Store to uh, install the app, I've shared a link on chat window as well. So the moment you go to your Play Store, just hit install, and it will. It is a very small app of just 25 MB. Uh, So right now the app is only on Android and desktop version. The iOS version is getting ready. So to answer Deepika ma'am's query, basically right now we only have it on Android phones, and there is a desktop version also, which I'll quickly show you a glimpse. So once you install the app, just click open. We support 5 languages, 5 Indian languages: English, Hindi, Gujarati, Telugu, and Marathi. You can choose your language according to your comfort. We'll proceed with English. So the whole experience is very similar to the other apps that you use, and very much similar to how WhatsApp works. So you just enter your number. I will quickly I will just quickly, enter my number and I'll receive a OTP on this. You will see +91 code. That is the country code for our country, India. So basically, I'm expecting almost all teachers who are joining here are from India. So just use that country code +91 and then your 10-digit mobile number. Now, when you basically enter your number, click on Get OTP. This once you click on Get OTP, you will receive a message on. You see, there is the OTP that I've received. Right? I'll quickly copy it and I will paste it here. You can even write it. This is the 6-digit OTP that you are getting. Uh, all right. The moment you do that, now you just submit OTP and you will get started, right? I have already installed and used the app. So the next screen that you are seeing here is that I have directly come in. You will also see a screen where we ask for whether you are a teacher or a student. So for all the people here, since everyone is a teacher here, just choose the teacher option and move ahead. For all the questions that you guys are posting on the chat, I'll come up to I'll basically take do a quick demo and then I'll take up the questions as well. So choose teacher profile, choose option as teacher when you are logging in, and now once you log in, basically you will see the screen. So the app basically works on top of PDFs or images. So right now you guys all will understand that because of pandemic, because of we are doing digital education, all the students are submitting their assignments and their homework, their exam copies, quizzes directly to teacher via some tools. Like these are basically PDFs or images, right? So we support both PDFs and images. What you have to do is you have to click on show PDFs. The moment you do that, we'll basically list the PDF files that basically are submitted by your students, and you will see the list here. You'll see the whole list here. You can also see the images. So whatever submissions that your students have sent, let's say through WhatsApp, through Google Drive, through Google Classroom, any way your students are sending you files, you can easily see all the files here, and none of the files. So I really want to clarify this. Privacy is a very big concern for us as well, and so we don't store any of the files that we show on the app. It is purely for listing purpose, so that we can make it easier for you to get started. So basically there is PDFs and images that you can basically get started with. So assume these are the 4 images that a student has sent me and I want to correct it. So I select multiple images and I do done. The moment you do that, we create a PDF, a single PDF file for you, which now you can check. So the whole experience is so simple that literally you don't have to learn anything new. And the app experience is just like you are doing pen paper checking. So there are 3 tools. Basically, you can select pen tool and you can underline or you can mark on the PDF. You can encircle. It is just like how would you do it using a pen. All right. So basically, like I'm seeing some queries where basically teachers are asking to repeat the process. So I even have a presentation which I can share and quickly run through the process again. I'll stop sharing from my mobile for now. I hope teachers can see my screen. Anuj, can you see my laptop, the presentation?
Yes, yes, Siddharth.
So all right,
Yes,
I'll assume
yes,
that
Siddharth.
basically teachers
Yes,
can see my screen. So
yes,
like the
Siddharth.
first step is go to the Play Store and search for Teach Easy. The moment you do that, you will find the install button. On installing the app, just open it, choose the language that you want, enter your mobile number. On this mobile number, you will get a OTP that you can enter to authenticate yourself. So you will receive OTP through your message. Basically, enter the 6-digit OTP that you have received on your message. When you click on Get Started, we'll ask you, Teach Easy will ask you whether you are a teacher or a student. There is a student version also that I'll basically come to in the presentation. So as a teacher, just select teacher and click continue. Once you do that, you basically will come inside the app where there are two modes, device mode and class mode. We are talking about the device mode right now. If you are, let's say, receiving files through other systems like WhatsApp or Google Classroom or any other system, Microsoft Teams, Google Drive, you can basically click on show PDFs and the files will be shown on your basically once you allow TeachEasy to basically go through your files, we will list the files for you. We support PDFs and images. We support multiple images selection, and then once you do that, you kind of come back to how do you use TeachEasy. So I hope this was helpful. I'll just continue with my presentation again. So we were here on TeachEasy app, right? So first is the pen tool that we were talking about, where you can quickly annotate. Sorry. So basically, you can annotate. Now, let's say you want to add comments, right? You want to say good approach, or you want to basically tell a student something that they have missed. You can add comments and see how easy it is. I'm just moving the comment to the place I want, and this is really as simple as using just like you're doing a physical correction. Another tool that teachers use a lot is if it is a quiz or if it is a test, teachers also have to give marks, right? And the marks interface is just one click. It is very simple. So when you click on marks, you can select, let's say I wanted to give 2 marks, and again I can place it anywhere I want. So I'll navigate to the next page. Okay, so if I made a mistake, there is an option to undo as well. So you will see there are multiple colors that are supported. So if you want to use color other than red, you can use that. If you have made any mistake, you can do undo. And then, right, you can do correction. You can add more marks, right? And you can place it anywhere. So the whole experience is like that. And once you are done saving your file, there is a magic feature that I would now I want to show to you. So if you have given marks, right, one thing that you have to do is you have to auto total your marks. So you have to total your marks, and Teach Easy auto totals for you. So whatever marks you have given, you don't have to keep in mind. Teach Easy auto totals it for you, and then just give the total marks and press done. So it is as simple as that. And now you have basically saved the file. In one click, you can share the checked file back to the student through any app that you are using. So if you want to, let's say, do WhatsApp or Google Drive or anything, you can do it in single click. So yeah, so this is what TeachEasy does, and TeachEasy does it really simple, in a very simple manner, and it is really effective for teachers. It saves time for them because like the app is really fast to use, and it saves time by not letting you or not giving you to auto total, like total the marks. It will auto total on your behalf. And one more thing that I want to show is all the files that you have saved, all the copies or the submissions that you have checked, go in the saved file tabs. So it is really simple for you to open the file and share in one click. So yeah, so this is what Teach Easy does for teachers. I'll quickly go through the chat now to see if
So, Siddharth, let me
yeah,
share some question which teachers has
all right, yeah,
mentioned in
that
the
would be
chat.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me quickly see.
In the
Okay.
meantime, I'll share
Yeah.
the link to Teach Easy again if any teacher wants to see.
Okay.
So this is the
Okay.
website link,
So
and
Shahila ma'am has asked that is a stylus needed for it to use the
no,
pen
so
version?
basically, it works exactly like you use your mobile. It's through your fingers and thumbs. So there is no stylus needed. If you have a stylus, it works as well.
Great. Indra ma'am has asked that where to go for assignment, like where she need to go for the assignment thing.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you repeat?
So basically she is asking how she can upload the assignment like on this particular app.
All right.
Yeah.
So, so basically, there are various ways you can use Teach Easy. So if your students are sharing files through WhatsApp, then you can. So there is one more thing that I can try to show you. Um, all right. So I don't think I have a file on WhatsApp right now. But let's say if students are sharing your files on WhatsApp, you can directly click on that file within the WhatsApp, and you will get an option to open with Teach Easy, and that will open the file in Teach Easy. If not, basically once you download those files, all the files will show inside the app itself. So you see this list, right? List of files inside PDFs and images. You can directly select from here and then do your correction. Assume if you are using Google Drive, let's say your students are sharing files on Google Drive or Google Classroom. So on Google Drive, it is a very simple method. Go on Google Drive and open the file. In the options menu, you will find open with and open with Teach Easy. So like basically the file will
Great.
open on Teach Easy and you will be able to do the correction.
Great. Shubhra ma'am has asked that if there is no PDF on mobile, then it will
So
work, or do we need
right,
PDF on?
so whether students are sharing images or PDFs with you, you can basically use Teach Easy. If students are directly sharing images with you, you can go to the images tab. Or you can go to the images tab and then select the images that students have shared. There is a preview mode also. So if you really want to see what the image is about, you can select them and do done.
Great. Okay. So Shubhra ma'am has also asked that where the file saved, like if after this graded thing, where the file saved, where they can find the
So the
files.
files are saved in your mobile itself. There is a tab that we show you saved files, where all the files that you have checked are basically listed, where you can in one click you can share back with your students in any way you want.
Great. That's great. So Vijay Bharti ma'am have asked that if images are sent by the student, do we need to convert it into a PDF or it automatically gets converted?
No, so automatically it gets converted. You don't have to convert images to PDF. Just come on TGZ, select the images that students have shared, and click done. TGZ does all the work for teachers. They don't have to manage any files or convert them to PDF. TGZ works both with PDFs and images.
Great. So many questions. Teacher are really like getting deeper into it.
Great. So I also want to share one
Yeah.
thing, that if because of time we are not able to answer any questions properly, or if we are not able to answer all the questions, I will share my mobile number, my WhatsApp number, and my email ID, where teachers can directly reach out to me. So there is one more option I would like to show. So let's say while you are using Teach Easy, you face any problem. There is a direct help action that you can click on at the right top. it will open your TGZ and it will directly send a message to me, and then I can talk to you and resolve your issue.
That would be great. So one of the teacher has asked that how they can import the file to the drive. How they can do that?
All right. So let me quickly, also give a demo for that. In
Yeah,
Drive, I'll probably have
yeah.
a file. Let me open Google Drive. Um, Let me just give me a second, please. All right. So I have this file. Assume this is a submission that a student has sent me. This is a demo file, right? Now, from Google Drive, you will see I have opened the file. The file has opened inside. In the in the options menu, in the right top, you will see three dots. Click on those three dots. There is an option of open with, right? I hope teachers can see the option of open with. The moment they click on open with, you will get an option. Since TGZ installed in your mobile phone, you will get this option. You can click open with TGZ and open the file. See, the file has opened inside, and you can do the correction just like what you would do uh, any other way. I hope this helped.
Yes, yes, Sidra. Thank you so much. Poonam ma'am has mentioned that when she try to zoom out the file, it does not allow when she is using pen tool.
Right. So that is something that, ma'am, we are working on. It is a little complex, to handle the Zoom state, but definitely in some time we'll be able to solve this problem also, and we'll fix it. In like basically, if you guys have a laptop or a PC, the experience or the zooming part can become more easier there. In some time, I'll also give a glimpse of how laptop version works.
Great, Siddharth. So Siddharth, you can go for ahead. The remaining question will be can be asked in next video.
All right,
So you
great. So all right, so this is about the device version. Like assuming that students are sharing files outside TGZ, and then you are using TGZ to grade them, correct them. There is another feature for teachers where they can create class inside TGZ and invite their students to directly submit on TGZ. So the experience is again very simple. You need not learn anything. Just go on the class section. There are two tabs sections below. There is device and there is class. When you go on the class section, just create a class. I have created one class like a demo class before. That is why you are seeing that option. You just create a class, right? Enter your class. Let's say uh, physics class 10, for example. I'm just whatever, you can put anything in the class name, and you can create a class. The moment you do that, we will basically create a class code for you that in again single click you can share with your students. So let's say your students are connected on a group, right? So basically you can share like this message with your students, and your students can then use this link to install the app, sign up as a student, and use the class code to basically you know uh, join the class that you have created. So it would look something like there's a demo class that a student has joined. So once the students join, you will be able to see all the students inside the list, right? And then basically, uh, for teachers to correct, it will be really simple. So yeah, I let me also do a quick
yeah.
presentation for how students can join the class and submit. That would I think really help. So I hope my screen is visible on the laptop. If not, please tell me.
Yes, Siddharth.
All right,
It is
great.
visible, Siddharth.
Yeah. So basically, how do you create a class is something that I have shown. Once you go on the class option, you can create a class. Once you create a class, you can share the class code with your students. Now, as a student, when I basically install the app and sign up, I will get an option to join a class. When I click on join a class, students should enter the class code that you guys have, the teachers have shared with your students. Once they do that, they'll be able to submit files just like they do, let's say through other app, let's say through Google Drive or through WhatsApp. The experience is very much like that. And now the one great piece that TeachEasy does for you is it lists down the unchecked files and the checked files separately. So you don't have to manage the work for yourself. We'll show all the unchecked files for you. You just have to check them and send back to the student. They will appear in the checked file section. So this is how it works. And the checking experience, of course, is just like what I have shown you previously. Um, all right. So this is what I have, for Teach Easy on the mobile phone. All any question, any feedback that you guys have. In the end of the session, I'll share my email ID and my WhatsApp number with you. So all the feedback, all the queries are really welcome, and I'll really appreciate you guys sharing more feedback with me so that I can make the app more useful for you. Me and my team can make the app more useful for you. Uh, Anuj, do you want me to, quickly go to desktop version also, or should we answer more queries right now?
I think Siddharth, we can answer some of the questions and then we can
Yeah.
move forward for the desktop one. That will move. So
All right.
there are a few questions I have
Right.
find out. So one of the teacher is asking about the Google Classroom. Few
All right.
teachers were asking about the Google Classroom, that how
Yeah.
they can access the file or share the file on Google Classroom.
All right. So let me answer that for teachers. So just a second. So there are two things that you can use Google's. You can use how you can use TeachEasy with Google Classroom. First is that all the files that come to your Google Classroom are saved in your Drive. So basically, let me just go to my Drive. There is a demo classroom that is created. So like classroom, there will be a folder that will be created, and this is the Google Drive I'm using. So you can basically open the files from here, just like I have shown before, and you can do the correction. The actual integration with Google Classroom is basically my team is building it, where what will happen is once you basically link your Google Classroom, we will show the files that are in the Google Classroom right within the Teach Easy app, and then you will be able to do the correction very fast. And in single click, the file will go back to Google Classroom. And if you have given marks, the grades will also be sent to Google Classroom. So that is in progress. But till the time, I would recommend that if teachers are using Google Classroom, go to Google Drive. You will find the files, student files there, and from there you can do the checking.
Nice. Thanks, Siddharth. Uh, so one of the teacher also asked that while sharing the files on the smartphone, is it using the cloud storage
Yes.
space or is it using the system storage?
So if you are using the class, it is using the cloud storage space, which means that your mobile will not get cluttered with a lot of files. But if you are using the device mode, and essentially that means that the files are coming to your device through WhatsApp or through Google Drive or through any other means. The files get stored in your device. So one thing that basically really helps is that all the saved files are saved under one folder. So you can see all the saved files together, and there is an option to delete the files once you, let's say in future, you want to remove the files. So in one click again you can delete the files. And so if you have a file manager, you can go to the downloads folder, and in downloads folder you will have Teach Easy folder. All the files are saved there. So like if you want to remove the files from your mobile, you can do that.
Siddharth. Uh, so how many students can be allowed for this? Like how many students can fit here?
All right, great, good question. Basically, there is no limit on on how many students can join a class. So let's say your class has 40 students, and let's say you are teaching three classes. You can create three classes, and you can invite all your students to use Teach Easy. There is no limit.
Great. Molly has asked a good question. I think nice question is that raised a query also. She's saying that by creating class and taking some mission, will it cramp space in mobile?
No,
Is
so
it?
like I said before,
Yeah.
class
Yeah.
won't cramp your mobile space. Class completely works on Google, cloud storage. That essentially means that the files that students are sharing, they are securely stored in a server that is created by TeachEasy. All the files will be stored there. All the files will be stored there, and it won't clog your mobile phone or the mobile space.
Thanks, Siddharth. So with class code, student will be able to upload PDF. So what is the highest size, like largest size for PDF uploading? Is there any limit?
Yep. All great question again. With class, students can upload images or PDFs, whichever way they want, and there is no limit on the file size. So let's say even if the file size is 20 MB, for example, which is a rare case, but again, assume that the file size is big. There is no limit on the file size for students to submit.
Okay. Thanks, Siddharth. Tulsi ma'am has asked that once after the corrections and their marks will be submitted, will the file be deleted on its own or should we delete it?
No, so we don't. So essentially, one thing that we do is we don't take any decision on behalf of the teachers. So a lot of times, one thing that we have understood is that teachers have to submit the files to the management, right? So for that reason, we don't delete any files, but we give an option for teachers to delete the files once the work is done. I want to show one more thing. Okay, so just a second, please. So assume basically I'm creating a file. One thing that will really help teachers is that, let's say, as a teacher I'm giving marks, right? uh, let's say again 1.5 total, I've given 3. I've basically now saved the work 3 out of 5, for example. Now once the file is getting saved, we also attach a report, right? So what we do is, in the saved file, we attach a report at the end where we show marks scored and the total marks, 3 out of 5, and the date. So now as a teacher, I don't have to do the totaling again. A lot of teachers have to create reports of students of classes, so they can quickly open the files and then basically see this marks report, which is attached at the last page of the output file, the saved file.
Thanks, Siddharth.
All right.
So yeah. So
So
one more
before
question
taking
I
any
think
more
it's
questions,
asked frequently. Yeah.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, please
Siddharth.
go on.
Yeah. So it's just basic question. Khyati ma'am has asked that only PDF file will be shared on Teach Easy or photos also able to share on Teach Easy app. So it's a frequent question teacher has
Okay,
asked. So can you
okay,
also like
yeah.
share it?
I'll basically cover that question again. I'll cover this query again. So if a teacher is receiving, let's say, PDF files or images from their students, both of the file formats, images and PDFs, are supported. They can check, they can do the correction just like I've shared before. Now, once you do the correction, the output file is a PDF file. The checked file is a PDF file and it is a single file. So assume as a teacher, let's say a student has shared 5 photos with me. What I'll do is I'll select these 5 photos, right? Once I'm clicking done, a single file will be created, which is a PDF file. I'll do the correction. Once I'm sharing back the file is in the PDF format, which means as a teacher, I don't have to share 5 photos back again. I just have to share one file, which is the PDF file. I hope this answers.
Yes. Yes, Siddharth. Thank you so much.
So
So,
Anuj,
teachers, there are, yeah,
so I'm going through the chat and lot many teachers are asking, for a quick glimpse of desktop version also. Basically, next week
yeah.
we have
So,
another session where we are covering desktop. But if you allow me, I can, quickly show the desktop version as well.
yeah, yeah. Just quickly show the glimpse of what is a desktop
All
version, and in the next class, teacher, we will show you the complete tutorial, complete exploration of how you can use the TCG app on desktop. So the
that's
question which has been asked regarding the desktop version will be answered in the next session. So please
that's
keep
right.
connected, and the class is the next week only. It's on 2nd June. So please keep connected and we'll surely answer all of your question regarding the desktop. Even and you have a week, please also explore the mobile version as well. And if you find any query or question, please you are welcome to share in the next session as well. Siddharth, yeah, you can just
All
show the
right.
glimpse of.
All right. A quick glimpse of what we are doing at TGZ. So basically, I've shared the website link with you. Once you go on the website, there is this button, use TGZ web. So basically, once you click on this, there is a desktop version, a version for laptop, web.tgzapp.com. That is basically working. Now desktop version basically has really cool features, added features on top of mobile as well. I won't be able to go in details right now, but a quick glimpse. You can use Google Drive to directly import a file. You can use OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive. I found now I will choose a file from my laptop, right? So you can choose a file directly from your laptop. There is a test file that I'll choose. Now once I do that, right, let me just clear it. All right, so once I do that, basically the same tools that are available in mobile are present on the desktop as well. I can use the pen tool to do the writing on PDF, to do annotations on PDF. I can use the comment tool, right, to write comments. And again, the marks tool works in a very similar fashion. I can directly give the marks tool. So this is how it works. There are various more features, like various magic moments that I would want to share with you all around desktop, but because the time won't permit right now, I won't be able to go in depth. But the next week session is specifically on desktop, just like right now we did it on mobile. The next week session is on desktop, and there are various other features that we are also releasing on desktop. So it would be a great opportunity for me again to share all those updates with you. So yeah, so this is how the desktop version works. Now one thing that you must have noticed is that we haven't really asked you any way to sign in. But what happens is once you save the file, we'll ask you to sign in either via Google account or Gmail account. So yeah, that is there. I'll stop sharing it now. So this is how the desktop version works.
Great.
Now
Thank you,
this is
Siddharth. So lots,
yeah,
yeah,
this
yes,
is
Siddharth.
just the surface that I've covered of desktop version. There are so many other things that probably will take 20 to 30 minutes more. And since we don't have time in this session, we'll cover them in the next desktop session we have for next week.
Great. Thank you, Siddharth. So, you have received a lot of appreciation from the teachers. They are finding it very useful and easy.
Awesome.
So thank you so much, teachers, for your kind words. And some of the teachers also provided a feedback in the chat. Teachers, we have created a feedback form for Teach Easy. So just fill up this form you will be able to share the feedbacks as well. We have added the option for suggestions. So please add your suggestions in the forms so that Siddharth and his team can work on it as per the needs. So thank you so much, teacher. Just I have shared the link for the regarding the feedback form. Please let us know if you are able to fill up this. And I'm also going to share the sign up tutorial. So we have created a sign up tutorial, so which will help us to uh, which will help you to build a clear understanding that how you can sign up on a new account and book the classes. So please click on this link and you will be able to watch the tutorial as well. The
So
teachers
one
we
more
have
thing.
created a sorry. Yeah, Siddharth,
No, sorry to
go ahead.
interrupt. Please continue.
No, no. One minute more. Sorry. So, teacher, we do not have WhatsApp group right now. There is a certain issue, but we have created a Telegram group. I'm going to share the link of Telegram group in the chat. So please join that group if you haven't. And Siddharth has shared his number. I can see that in the chat. So you can always contact him. He and his team is really supportive. So please, if you have any query or if you want for larger implementation, you are free to contact him. Yes, Siddharth, you can go ahead.
All right, great. So this was the point I was trying to also share. I've shared my WhatsApp number with you all, and I've shared my email ID. So feel free to reach out to me for any feedback, for any query that you guys may have. In the app itself, there is this help section. I have shared before. You can click on that directly. It will reach out to me on my WhatsApp. uh, and yep, so if there is any other queries I can answer, or is there if there is any feedback, uh, I'm happy to answer.
There are few query
Yeah.
in the chat. If you allow me to, I can share that feedback.
So
Okay.
Anuj, what I can do is go through the chat myself and keep answering the
Yeah, you
questions
can. You
asked,
can.
if that's fine.
Yeah, sure. And also, one more thing is that just a minute, Siddharth. Sorry, you can just check the chat. I'll just take a minute. Uh,
Mhm.
So I am sharing the sign up tutorial once again, which teachers have mentioned it. So please watch this sign up tutorial. It will help you to get to know that how you can sign up into your account and book the classes. I'm also going to share the recording of the class as well in the chat. So yes, Siddharth, go ahead.
All right. So Anuj, I see there are a couple of polls. Should we launch them right now, or should we launch them later?
No need. I think the feedback form will be much better.
अच्छा, all right, ठीक है. So I'll start with the questions.
And
Can we save the
yeah,
correct? So Dia ma'am is
yes.
asking, can we save the corrected files directly to Google Classroom? So ma'am, regarding saving back to Google Classroom, that integration is being built. What you can do is once you correct the files, you can save the file back to your Google Drive, and then that file will be reflected in your Google Classroom. So Anuj, like couple of teachers have asked for the Telegram link. So if you can, share that in the chat. Uh, and a couple of teachers have
Sure.
also asked for notification about the next class. So if you can, share that with teachers on chat again.
Yeah, I'll share. I'll
So
share.
yeah, feedback form is also shared on the chat. So I request all the teachers to please go to this feedback form and quickly give your feedback there. And I'm really happy to see all the feedback, all the appreciation that we are receiving. And honestly, I am indebted about all the appreciation. And I promise that given that we keep receiving the feedback, we'll hear all your feedback and we'll keep improving the app. So like a very big thank you to all the teachers here. So Poonam ma'am is asking, multiple students will submit the work on mobile version. How will I come to know which file belongs to which student? So that's a really good question, ma'am. What we do is when the students are submitting the file, we basically name the file by the student name, which means that you will see the file named by student name and you will know that which student has submitted which file. So that is there. Another cool feature is that there is a student list, right? If you, let's say, want to see submissions of a particular student, go to the student list in the class, open that, click on that student, you will see all the unchecked and the checked files of that student in that also. So I hope that uh,
So
all
Siddharth,
right.
Tulsi ma'am has some question. I'm allowing her to unmute herself and ask a question. Tulsi
Yeah.
ma'am,
All right.
you please ask your question. You can unmute yourself.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sir, actually think that think that now I'm handling the class in a Zoom. Now, can I show some videos or anything through teacher class?
So, ma'am, there are a couple of demo videos that are there on the website that you can, use to show to other colleagues, to your like teachers, other colleagues in your school. This teacher class session is also recorded. So, Anuj, can you, if you can share the YouTube link again with Tulsi, ma'am,
Sir,
so you can,
even
yeah.
sir, only this is meant for only assessment. Like Zoom. Now, if we take a classes in a Zoom, we can share through we can share through videos through the screen everything. Sir, I'm asking in that way.
Uh,
Do we have
oh,
any
okay.
option in teacher class, sir?
All right, all right, okay. So essentially, this app is only for assessments. If you are basically, receiving the files from your students, you can correct them very fast. Other way of using this is also you can use it like a whiteboard, if I may say, like use Open Teach and then share your screen. So you can always do that, and then you can, do annotations or add comments. So let's say if you are opening a PDF file, a book, you can do that.
Thank you, sir. I had a doubt, sir. I got clarification.
Sir,
Thank you
I
so much.
have a question. Last time also I had asked the same thing. Like, suppose I'm taking a dictation and the parents they are sending me on WhatsApp. Then
All right.
how would I come to know like which file belongs to which child? Like each file, like I have 40 children in my class and they are small, like class two children. So like
Right.
each child, I have to rename those files and then check it, or how will I come to know? Or should
So
I
ma'am,
ask?
yeah.
And
So
how do I send it back to the parents? Those WhatsApp files. How do I send them back?
all right. So I have two solutions for you here. First solution, I would recommend you to, use Teach Easy class. The moment you do that, basically all the students will be listed in single class and their files will be named by the student name. So that will solve your problem. And even sending back the file to students or parents is just a single click process. So you don't have to, find the student or find the student or the parent who you have to send it back to. The class feature will actually manage that. And from what I am understanding from your query, I think Teach Easy class version is the right way for you to, move ahead. If you are using WhatsApp, basically what will happen is you will have to keep the student who has sent in mind. So let's say my name is Siddharth and I'm, let's say, your student. In the like in the chat of Siddharth, when you are opening the file will open on TGZ. You will have to remember, like, this file belongs to Siddharth. Once you correct it, at the end you can share the file back on WhatsApp, and then you can, search for Siddharth. I understand this process, is taking time, but if you are not using class, this is what you have to do. And for that reason, I would recommend you to basically use the class version of Teach Easy.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Uh, I hope I was able to answer your query.
Yes, sir. It was okay.
All right, that's great. If there are any questions, I have missed out in chat, please feel free to, unmute yourself and ask me directly. I'll be happy to assist. So Kumut ma'am has
Rizani ma'am,
shared one feedback with us where she is saying why don't you put marks on the first page, and it's a valid feedback. And for that, basically, I would suggest you to attend our next session on desktop, and it is a surprise, I would say, and you'll basically see what TGZ can do for you. So
Siddharth Rizani ma'am has asked a question. It's in the chat.
yeah.
Should
Uh,
I share?
is it possible to get a consolidated report of student name and the marks? This is a really good feedback, ma'am. This is something that is on our mind, and we'll pick this up. We'll prioritize this. This is something that various other teachers have also asked us. So if you are using, let's say, a class, then what we can do is we can consolidate or create an Excel file for you where all the marks are also given in front of the student name. We can do that. Neeta ma'am is asking, can you explain device and class? So great. So ma'am, basically device and class are just two sections. Device section may what happens is that if you are, let's say, using some other application for to communicate with your student, or let's say if students are sharing files over WhatsApp, all those files are stored in your device. So what happens is when you are in device section, we show the files that are in your device that are submitted by your students, and you can do the correction on those files. But there is again a class version which is more organized, where what you can do is you can create a class, create your own class, and invite all your students in that class to join that class. Now students will be able to directly submit their work on TeachEasy. And in TeachEasy, you will see a organized list of all the files submitted by your students. And they will be organized by your unchecked work, your checked work, and the students. So yeah, this is what we have. All right. If
Sir,
there
just
are
like Google Form autocorrect option is there, just like in
uh,
Google Form, some objective multiple choice questions are there. Some that type of option is there in it or not?
ma'am, that is something which is not there on TeachEasy right now. I'll take your feedback. At this moment, we have really focused on, checking when students are writing on, let's say, registers, and then clicking a photo, sending images or sending PDFs. But like we can really, think about that use case where we do the auto grading, and that essentially saves more time for teachers. We can think about
Because
that.
sir,
Right now, it
whenever
doesn't
we
happen.
conduct a test, then it is a combination of both subjective as
All right.
well as that MCQs.
All right. So I'll take your feedback, ma'am. Right now it doesn't happen, but if you can share your email ID or phone number with me, like I've shared my email ID. If you can write back once we have a update, we can reach out back to you.
Okay, sir. Sure. I have your phone number. I'll send you.
Yes, I'm sharing my email ID again for other teachers as well if they want to reach out to me, and I'm sharing my mobile number as well. You can directly WhatsApp me on this number, and I'll be happy to assist you.